Hello students, welcome to the last part of the lesson Voter Comprehension 3. What comment does the story offer on the electoral system? Is it relevant? Or this question can also be asked as democracy is more than holding elections regularly. Do you think the story supports this statement? In The Voter, Chinua Achebe tries to present a true picture of the drama that is witnessed during an election held in a small town in Nigeria. There are two main characters and two political parties in the story, and the voters are the villagers of Umofia. Roof is an energetic young man who is now working as the election campaign manager for Marcus Ibe, who was once a mission school teacher and was on the verge of dismissal from service on the basis of a female teacher's complaint. Marcus joins the People's Alliance Party, contests the election, and gets elected. He becomes a minister, and his government completes a 5 year term, and he is now seeking re election. During his term as a minister, he amasses a lot of wealth, comes to own two big cars, builds a huge mansion in his native village, and wins several chieftaincy titles and doctorate degrees. But his people remain the same: poor, illiterate, ignorant, and naive. The situation in his village also does not see any improvement. The same old problems of lack of running water and electricity continue to plague the people and prevent them from improving economically and politically. When the story opens, we learn that Marcus Ibe is seeking a second term, and everyone is sure that he is going to get a landslide victory because there is no opposition party worth taking into consideration. But there is a change in the perception of the people. After feasting in Marcus's new house and noticing his wealth and power, the poor people of Umofia realize that elections do have a meaning, and their votes, which they had underrated before, are of high value. Therefore, they demand some value for their votes, and Roof manages to convince them that they should vote for Marcus again by giving them 4 shillings each. Some tribes down the coast had set up a new political party called POP with the objective of saving the people from totally political, cultural, social, and religious annihilation. Their campaign leader comes to Roof's house and offers to buy his vote for £5. Roof initially is enamored of the £5 notes and agrees to vote. But the pop leader cleverly gets him to swear on the EE that he will vote for Maduka. Finally, on election day, his conscience pricks him to a little extent, and Roof feels like loyally voting for Marcus and returning the money to the pop election manager. But the oath he has taken for before ye does not allow him to do so, and there is a moral dilemma. However, Roof cuts his ballot paper in two, drops one half into the box meant for Maduka, and drops the other half into the box meant for Marcus, and saves his conscience and his life too. This is the story in the nutshell. There are lessons to learn from this story. We must note that merely naming our government as democracy and setting up all the things needed for holding elections do not guarantee that people will be competent members to the government. People will be able to exercise their vote true mandate and will elect competent members to the government. We cannot guarantee democratic governance by merely holding the elections regularly. First, we should educate the people about their rights, duties, and responsibilities in any election. Secondly, we must ensure that people have the right to recall their representatives if they do not strive to improve the situation. Thirdly, elected representatives must be forced to account for their earnings after joining the government. Finally, there should be an authority which oversees that sanctity of election procedure is not tampered with. Also, those who get elected are self centered and exploit the people and the situation to their benefit. On the whole, one can argue that by merely holding elections regularly, we cannot ensure a democratic government will come into place. Secondly, the electoral system that is now in place in the story is not foolproof. As regards the relevance of the story to our own situation, one can argue that it is highly relevant even today. Even after more than 70 decades of independence, we have not been able to ensure free and fair elections, the main reason being the lack of education and moral values. We are witness to every type of corrupt practices in elections. Thank you.